Hi, how's it going today? Well, today I want to talk about taking Social Security early. As you may or may not know, if you've been here before, you know that I took my Social Security a little over 6 months ago. My reasons were because of an injury that I had at work and a burnout. And so I have learned some things to do to be able to afford to live this way. I'm currently in the process of selling my house, so I'll have some money to supplement the Social Security if I'm not able to do any work at all. Currently, I've done a little bit of gig work, which amounts to a few days a month in order to supplement the Social Security. But what I want to talk about is if you are 62, you're before full retirement age, and you feel like you can't take Social Security early because you can't live on it, and you really feel like you want to keep working. And that is the way that a lot of people feel at this age. They feel like they can't support themselves because they might have debts, or they might have a lifestyle that they feel like they can't support on Social Security. And I understand that. I made a very good living at what I did. And before I quit my job, I did a lot of things to make life easier in living only on Social Security or close to it. I paid off almost all my debts, and when I sell the house, I'll pay off the last debt and I'll have no debts left. I'll just have basic living expenses, and I'm renting because I don't want surprise things happening, like AC going out and having to pay $10,000 for a new system. So that's my choice. So the other thing here is, does it make sense monetarily to take your Social Security early if you're still able to work? Well, what I want to tell you that you can do is you can do a little bit of math, and you can decide for yourself. Now, what I did is I used ChatGPT, and I let it do the calculations, because over the years, I've gotten a little bit slower at trying to do all the math, because it's just gotten harder as I've gotten older. So I take the amount that I get from Social Security and subtract it from the net amount that I used to receive when I was working. And whatever that amount was, I would decide how many hours I would need to work in order to earn just that amount of money. And for me, it isn't a whole lot of hours that I need to work to make up that difference. And also, on the flip side of that is that since I have cut out all the debt, the hours don't need to be even that much. So when I was making about $6,000 a month and bringing home about $4,800 a month and spending $4,800 a month, that's different because I had all the work expenses and debts and all that kind of thing. But since I cut all my expenses down to about $2,500 a month, which is living expenses and everything, the gap isn't as wide. So between my Social Security and whatever I need to supplement is only a few $100s. Now, if I still had those debts and I was forced to take Social Security because of my injuries and my burnout, then I would have to find something where I could work more hours. And so when you think about it like that, the amount that you're getting from Social Security is basically your income, but you didn't have to work those hours for that income. So say if you were making $20 an hour and you were getting around $1,900 a month for Social Security, which is the average. A lot of people make a lot less than that. Then the $20 an hour scenario, you could basically cut 20 hours a week off of your work week. So you could basically work half the hours and still get the money. And plus, with Social Security, they're not taking out that 15 to 25% of taxes and all the other crap that they take out. So for me, it makes more sense for me to take the Social Security, and if I need supplement, to work a little bit currently, because I am able to work a small amount, but I'm not able to work full time. Because of the injury that I had and the severe burnout. I have PTSD from something that happened over 25 years ago, and over time it's just gotten worse and worse. And so for me, it's not an option. I had to figure out a way to live like this on Social Security alone. And I have figured it out. And it's not as scary as I first thought it would be, because at first I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to live on, a little under $1,900 a month. And, any housing at all has gone way, way up. But I have been very lucky in that I have done a diligent search, and I found a really nice rental house that is brand new, and it's in my hometown, so I'm close to friends and family, and I have better connections here. And this town is much less expensive to live in than the one that I was living in with the house that I'm selling now. So for me, this has worked out very well. But like I said, you need to run the numbers to see if it's going to work for you, because you have to remember that Social Security is offsetting the amount of work, not only in dollars, but in hours. So if you don't have to work but half the hours that you worked before, you have twice as much time to relax and recharge yourself. And if it's a high stress job, time to get rejuvenated and that kind of thing, which is very important if you're in a high stress job. Now, getting a job like that can be a whole different story, because a lot of places that want people, they want them to be very young, very energetic. They want them to work full-time plus hours, and especially in healthcare, which is the field that I was in. And so you have to really think outside the box and try to find something that you can do if you liked your field in that or something else. I mean, I was at Walmart a few days ago, and there was a lady in there that was working there, and I just struck up a conversation with her and asked her if she liked her job. And she said yes, she did. She didn't have to work as many hours. It wasn't as stressful as her former career, which was in insurance, and we know that's all a shit show right now. And they had certain perks that they had there that worked out pretty well for her. And I asked her, well, what's the hiring deal? And, she said that at that one location, they needed 9 people. So when you're older, you have a different work ethic than when you're much younger. When you're much younger, you're looking for something to build a career on. And when you're older, you're looking for something that will fill in the gaps for your income. It's totally different mindset in my mind. I'm not looking for a career. I'm just looking for something to fill in the gaps. And so basically, if you thought that you couldn't live only on Social Security, well, it may be true, but you can supplement it, and you don't have to work full time to do it. So I would encourage you to get into ChatGPT. There's a free version. That's the only thing I use. I use everything that I can get that's free, because I refuse to pay for things that are optionally free. Get into ChatGPT. Get ChatGPT to do the math for you. You can talk to ChatGPT just like you're talking to me. You can say, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. Can you give me some ideas? And build from there, because ChatGPT really works well for me. There's other versions of it too, so don't just stick to that one if you want something else. Anyway, so have a good day, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks.